Now joining us on the phone line to discuss this further is Oakbay Group attorney, Mr. Gert van der Merwe, joining us on the phone line. Good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you for joining us here on ANN7. Firstly, Pravin Gordhan is asking for a declaratory order to recuse him from playing a role in Oakbay bank account closure case. Are you going to be opposing Gordhan's application?
Good afternoon. We are currently considering our position as far as further action is concerned and possibly opposing the application. You know, the relief sought is the relief that's not necessary to ask for in the first place. So one can only deduct that the application has no merit and no actual relief sought for.
Mm-hmm. And with regards to your response to these so-called suspicious payments mentioned in Gordhan's court paper, are you going to be filing details related to those payments?
Most certainly. What I'm going to approach it on two legs. The first is I now have the opportunity to get the banks to give me at last the reasons for closing these accounts. Mm-hmm. They kept it secret despite the fact that we asked repeatedly. Then secondly, as soon as we get that, I want to advise my clients to file papers to deal with these so-called suspicious payments so that we can prepare it, give it to court so that the judge can consider this and so that we can give proper feedback on what happened. It's untrue that these transactions are even remotely suspicious. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why it's called that in the papers.
Mm-hmm. And with regards to your clients, were they ever during the last 4 years informed by banks or regulatory authorities for that matter about these so-called suspicious transactions?
As far as I know, there was no such indication. No such correspondence. In fact, you will note from the newspaper reports over the past few months that the banks unilaterally decided at once to close all the accounts. Mm-hmm. And from there on, my clients seek help inter alia from the minister, also from the opposition parties. And now we never said that there's an obligation on the minister to help us. We asked for help. Now they approached the court to confirm that there's no obligation. It just doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm.
And with regards to the Finance Minister, Pravin Gordhan, raising fears about the misuse of 1.3 billion rand that belongs to the Optimum Rehabilitation Trust. Do you have details there? Can you tell us that whether or not that money has been used or whether it is safe in a bank account?
It is, with respect, undiluted nonsense. And it's hatched. The point is that money was transferred from a bank account which the bank closed. It was then transferred by the business rescue practitioners to a different account, also held in the rehabilitation trust. And that's where the money still is. We had to give proof of that to Advocate Manosela, and we did it. So I don't know where this rumor is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Mr. van der Merwe, with regards to the carte blanche interview, it has been cited as an example by the Minister of Finance to suggest that Oakbay has been lying when they said the banks have not disclosed reasons for the closure of that account. What is your response to that?
Look, I need to consult in detail with Mr. Hawa and, of course, the rest of the family and the group to prepare a proper, detailed affidavit. But the short and the long of it is to just say that in terms of a specific act and then to quote a little portion of the act, that can't be a reason. You need a detailed reason so that you can determine your position and decide the way forward. That never happened. Mm-hmm.
Just lastly, Mr. van der Merwe, with regards to this allusion or accusations that the Gupta firm or the Guptas themselves must have moved money from for laundering to or tax evasion purposes. What is your position as their representation on that?
You see, if there was any truth in that, then the relief would not be the relief sought at the moment. This is the Minister of Finance. You can imagine that if there's any person who would approach the court under those circumstances, he would not ask for an unnecessary declarator. He would ask for judgment, and that doesn't feature anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Mr. van der Merwe, for your time this afternoon. Oakbay Group attorney Gert van der Merwe joining us there on the phone line.